Hello and welcome to NJShore Sports News Radio Talk Show. Welcome to a Week 2 recap of this exciting week of football.
This time we'll be doing top 15s.
Yes, and we also will have the biggest performance, which will come towards the end of our radio talk show. We also have the game of the week, which will also be at the end. But for now, we're going to talk about our top 15 and bubble teams.
Number 1 on our top 15 this week was RBC, who is 2-0.
Who beat Neptune in
two overtime.
What a game that was. We saw highlights on that. I wish we were at that game, but
we decided to go to Hal instead.
Yeah, because we had to go out that way anyway, so. Week number 2 on our top 15 was Wall Township.
But we will
shockingly,
we will be seeing them this week.
Yes,
I plan on going to it.
Will be there. Just the other one has plans, so we will still have one person there. We'll cover pictures and videos. And Wall beat Jackson Liberty 33-30.
Yeah, very close game.
Yes, I'm shocked about that one with Jackson Liberty. I thought Wall was just going to run all over the clock, run over the score, but Jackson Liberty showed out with pride.
Number 3 is Rumson Fairhaven, who blew out St. John Vianney.
I can't believe me and you picked St. John. Rowden Rockets was the only one that picked Rumson.
Yep.
And he was at that game, and he did give us highlights. So check back in our notes for Rumson and St. John's. Actually, it's the full game, Rumson St. John's.
Number 4 on our list, Toms River North, another 2-0 team.
Yes. They beat, last week
they beat Middletown North 45-20.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's definitely an ouch. Their offense seems pretty good.
Yes, very well. And
number 5, Neptune.
We kept them up there because there had to be a winner and a loser, and they're both ranked teams.
But we did have to drop them a little bit because of the loss.
And Neptune showed up there. They played their hearts out, but they just came short.
Number 6, Manasquan.
That was a game. We were at that game. Rowden was leading 17-7 at the halftime. Then Armando took the return touchdown.
And then right after there was another
Rowden
touchdown.
Fumbled, and then they covered it, and they got a touchdown and took it 21-17, and that was the final score. That was a thriller, too.
Number 7, Shore Regional, who we'll be seeing next Friday night.
Yes, next Friday night you will be there, and I'll be at St. John's and Rowden. Next
Friday night, they'll face
Asbury Park. As long as my work schedule don't change. And number
8, Ocean Township. What can we say about that one?
Ocean, they had a good game last week.
They beat Long Branch 16-13.
13 on Long Branch's home turf, who is now 0-2. A team that's always good is 0-2. That's what I'm shocked about. And Long Branch has some young, talented players, so look out for them the rest of the season.
Number 9, Central Regional, another one of the many 2-0 teams this year.
What did you expect?
Yeah, Central was not one we expected. Number 10 was Manchester, another 2-0.
Well, they always have a good football program up there.
Yeah, but I can remember years where they were a little rough.
They've been having a good few years.
Number 11, Jackson Memorial. Wow. That was an exciting game we were at. Last-minute win.
Rick had a chance with 0.7 seconds left and dropped it in the end zone, which we do have full games and highlights on our Facebook page, so check that out.
Number 12, Frio Borough, who beat Monmouth this past week after losing 7-0 in the first half. Unfortunately, Monmouth also lost their quarterback in that game. I'm not sure how long he's out for.
Yeah, wishes go out to him. Hopefully he's okay.
Number 13, Brick Memorial. Again, same thing with Jackson Memorial. That was a very close back-and-forth game.
Yeah,
the first half was no score.
Brick Memorial showed a lot of good offensive plays in their first half, but couldn't capitalize on the touchdowns.
Number 14, Asbury Park, another one of the 2-0 teams. Seems to be off to a pretty good start. Next week will be a true test for them.
Yep. They will be playing Shore Regional.
Number 15, Howell Township.
Oof, that was a close one. Freehold Township did lead at that game, 22-21.
Yes, they did.
After that, they took over and they just showed their offense out, and Howell showed up and did.
All right, now time for our 5 bubble teams. We have Matawan at number 1. Unfortunately, they did drop out of the top 10 by losing to RBR, an unranked team.
That was a crazy game. 15 seconds left, field goal by Red Bank.
Number 2, Point Borough. Number 3, Red Bank, who beat Matawan.
Yes.
Number 4, Raritan, who hung tight against Manasquan, which a lot of people said they were going to get pretty much blown out by them. And number 5, Mondon.
He lost a close one to Lakewood, which was a
Yes. Our next segment, Week 2 scores, and what we feel were the most exciting games for that week.
The first one I want to talk about is Howell and Frio Township. We were at that game. There's highlights, pictures, full games out there, so feel free to tag yourselves. And that score was 35-22. Howell won that game. Freehold did, like I said, did lead at that game, 22-21. Then Howell just took right over.
Yes, they did. The only thing I disagreed with during that game was the onside kick.
Yeah, because it felt like Howell just trusted their offense and not their defense, which wasn't right. Because there was still a lot of time left to be played.
And that wasn't even the players. That was a coaching perspective.
Yes, that was not a good idea to do that.
Our next game.
Red Bank Catholic against Neptune.
That was a double overtime thriller with a last-minute catch and touchdown run by Chris Donald, I believe.
Yes. That was a very good game. In 2 overtimes, the Red Bank had, I believe, it was a 12-yard run, and that sealed the win. And that was also Jameer Clax's first game back after transferring from Freehold Borough. Yes, it was. And he is a good player, so look out for him. The next game we talk about is Lakewood Mondon, somebody that we never expected to win against Mondon. Yeah, Lakewood now has 1 win this year. Yeah, and they usually are a down team, but look out for them now. They're going to come out hyper and ready. They beat Mondon 28-12. Our next game is Wall versus Jackson Liberty. Now that was a scary one for Wall to be such a good team and only beat Jackson Liberty 33-30. Well, Liberty is showing some good signs in the last couple of years. So I don't know if it's so much that, it was scary or if it was just Wall, Liberty kind of shocking people. All right, our Saturday games. The first one I want to bring out to action is Monmouth and Freehold Borough. Monmouth was leading 7-0 most of the game until after halftime. And then what I heard is Monmouth lost their quarterback. Yeah, apparently he was injured during one of the plays, and right after that was when Freehold started their comeback. Yeah, that was a really tight game. Freehold only won that one 14-7, so look out for Colson that Monmouth's going to come out hard this coming week. And we will be at that game, too. We will have full game highlights and pictures. Our next game we talk about will be Raritan and Manasquan. Oof. Yeah, that was an interesting game. Oh, man. Raritan had a 17-7 lead at halftime. Then Manasquan came out, kickoff return touchdown at the half. Raritan fumbled, picked it up, and scored the next play. But they did have a chance to come back on a couple of different plays. Yeah, Raritan does have a really good running back. If he has an open space, he's gone. Just watch out. He's a good player, Steve Wineski. And our next game? Red Bank and Matawan. What can we say about that game? Shocked the shore. What can we say about that one? RBR beat Matawan. The score was 7-7 in the second quarter. Then Matawan got a safety, made it 9-7, and 15 seconds left. Red Bank Regional kicked the field goal and won it. We do have that on our website, thanks to Raritan Rocket. Who volunteered, went to the game, and gave us highlights. Check them out in our notes section. We also have pictures out there from that game, pictures, too. Tag yourselves. I know a few Red Bank people already tagged themselves, but feel free to get more. Our next game is our last game we're going to talk about is Brick Memorial and Jackson Memorial. That was one we were at. There's highlights, there's pictures, full game. 0-0 score till halftime. Right after halftime is when both teams started lighting up the scoreboard. That was 19-14. And Brick had a chance with 0.7 seconds left, and they dropped it in the end zone. We are now going to talk about what we feel will be new every week. We'll have our biggest performance game and our game of the week. We voted on our biggest performance game to be Brick Memorial and Jackson Memorial. And for our game of the week, we chose Neptune versus RBC. Yep, we felt that was the game of the week because of the double overtime victory. And all the atmosphere was nuts there. I heard Josh Clayco was there, his father. Yeah, they were all there. Yep, and Brick Memorial, Jackson Memorial was a great atmosphere. We were at that one. The fans were going nuts. The Camel Nation was there. The Jaguar Nation was there. They were all ready, and they just got hyped up, and it was a great atmosphere. Yes, it was. And now in this segment, we'll be doing our picks for this week. We're only going to do the ones we feel are key games during the Shore Conference. These picks are for week 3 coming up this weekend. Yep. And overall, our records weren't bad. For the
past 2 weeks. Overall,
You are NJVS1.
NJSN1
Which is you.
was 30-18.
That's you?
Yes,
You were
that's me.
15-7 last week, and mine was, well, I did a lot of underdog picking last week. Mine was NJSNV2. Last week record was 10-12. Overall was 25-23. And Rowden Rockets went 15-7 as well, and he is 30-18 as well. Alright, our first game. -1 at Mondown, which I believe is a 6:30 start, but we will confirm that hopefully by tonight.
Yes, I will try to confirm that with somebody by tonight.
And who did you pick?
My pick was Squan. I feel coming off of last week, Mondon did lose to Lakewood. Squan just seems like a tougher team overall right now.
And I picked -1 as well, and so did Rowden Rockets. Our next game we'll be talking about is Lakewood at Wall, which is a 7 o'clock start, and
we will be there.
Or you will be there. I have other.
One of us will be there.
Who did you pick?
I picked Wall. I just feel Wall right now is a very good team.
I picked Wall, and so did Rowden Rockets. Our next game we're going to talk about is Barnegat and Central, a team that we feel Central was not going to be undefeated.
They're 2-0 right now. I picked
Central.
Sorry, I couldn't see the screen.
Well, you should know your picks. I know why I picked every game.
Or whatever.
Oh, whatever. Go talk about how you feel.
I feel Central with the 2-0 start is a pretty good team this year.
Barnegat, remember, week 1, they played Rumson Tough, so it's going to be a good game.
It's going to be a close game. Back and forth, I have a feeling.
Next game we're going to talk about.
Did you do your pick?
Yeah, I thought so. Wait. Oh, yeah, duh. Sorry about that, folks. I picked Central and so did Rowden Rockets.
And our next game
would be SJV at Homedale, the Battle of the Dells.
Well, basically the Battle of Homedale. Yeah.
The Dells. It's gonna be a wild one. You guys check out that game.
I picked St. John Vianney. I feel like they might have a breakout with that one. They are 0-1 right now, but anything can happen in football.
And I picked Homedale and so did Rowden Rockets. Our next game for Friday night, Freehold Borough at Ocean Township.
That was actually a game I looked at going to if I wasn't already busy with the Wall Lakewood game. I picked in that one Freehold, even though I can see Ocean beating Freehold, but I feel Freehold may give Ocean a run for their money this year.
Yes, and I also picked Ocean and Southern Rowden Rockets.
Our next game we are doing.
Our next game that you said.
Yes, I already said our next game we are doing. Our next game we are doing.
We're going to. You have to be more specific that we're picking. Unless I heard you wrong, I'm sorry. Okay, our next game we picked that our picks will be is Marlboro at Howell.
That could be an interesting game. I mean, I always seem to pick Marlboro and haven't done too well the last 2 weeks, but Marlboro is coached by a very good head coach, so I still have some faith in them. Unfortunately, this week I did pick Howell because I don't feel that Marlboro is going to be able to keep up with Howell's offense this year.
Yes, it's going to be a tight game, but we'll see what happens.
And who did you pick?
I picked Howell, and so did Rowden Rockets.
All right, our next game we're doing is...
We are going to pick against Jackson Memorial at Toms River North.
All right. Jackson Memorial, Toms River North. We were at the Jackson Memorial Breck game, which was a close game. Jackson Memorial is 2-0 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Jackson Memorial to win.
Yes, and I picked Toms River North, and so did Rowden Rockets. Apparently,
I'm the only one that decided to go out on a limb for that one.
All right.
And our next game we are doing
will be Lacey at Pinelands. 2 0-2 teams.
Yes, and one team that everybody expected to do good this year. And I picked for that one Lacey.
Yes, and I picked Lacey as well, and Rowden Rockets picked Pinelands.
The one lone wolf in that one.
Yes.
Our next game we are doing
is... Now, Saturday's games, we are picking that we feel is good as Point Beach at Asbury. I picked Asbury. I don't feel Point Beach is ready for Asbury yet. They do have a little bit of a rival. Who did you pick?
I also picked Asbury. That is a rival that dates back quite a few years. My mother knows that rival quite well.
Yes.
And who did Rowden Rockets pick? Asbury Park.
Asbury Park, yep.